For latest astrology videos, subscribe AstroEdify channel and press this bell icon to get notified when a new video goes live.
Hello everybody, welcome to AstroEdify. Today we are going to talk about Mars in 11th house. What kind of general results we can see if Mars is placed in 11th house, good and bad both. So if Mars is making good yogas, what kind of good results we can expect, and if it is afflicted and making negative combinations, it has capability to give negative results also, what they can be, that we will see. So let's start this video. If you want to book a consultation for yourself, you can go on this website. The link is shown in description. So we are going to talk about Mars in 11th house today. The first condition is that if Mars is good and strong, by good and strong I mean that Mars is in own sign or friendly signs or exaltation sign, and the sign in which it is sitting, the lord of that zodiac sign is well placed in the chart, and Lagna lord means the first house lord, sun and moon are well placed. They must be well placed. No matter what planet you are looking at, the Lagna lord, sun and moon control the fundamental strength of the chart. If they are weak in anybody's case, no matter how good other planets are placed, you won't see any good results in life, or the potential strength loses, so you won't see the optimum result of those planets which you expect. So that must be considered always. So if sun, moon and Lagna lord are well placed, strongly placed, and Mars is making good yogas in 11th house, then it will have good, quite good capability to give a lot of suitable, favorable results in life. So first of all, 11th house is the house of desires. Okay, so Mars in 11th house, if it is well placed, then it can make person ambitious. Mars and Sun, two planets, are the planets which control power, authority, and ambition for societal status in life. So it can show ambitious nature, particularly for power and authority and status in life. 11th house also shows money, but Mars is mainly driven. I'm not saying that people are not driven by money, they are, but if it's like a slight difference that some or the other way, the aspect of power and position is higher as compared to the money. So it can give that. Next point, another point here is that if Saturn, Mercury, Rahu are well placed in the chart, then Mars in 11th house can make person quite logical, rational, practical, skeptical, scientific, realistic, and gives a quite good business acumen as well, managerial leadership skills, and it makes person quite smart, clever, intelligent, tactful, strategic, competitive and relentless, and gives good fighting spirit. It can make person somewhat passive aggressive, but it's very suitable for being tough and never give up. So no matter, even though struggles are there, obstacles are there, Mars in 11th makes the person help to overcome those struggles, obstacles, and grow. That is a really good aspect of Mars in 11th. Then another point here is that 11th house is the house of social circle, people whom you come across, particularly when you are working. 11th house is not your friends. Friends are mainly seen from third and fifth house. Close friends. 11th house is more like people whom you know from society. They are not. They are just acquaintances. They are not really close friends. So, but in 11th house, it can show good professional circle, which comes of use also later on in life. And one more thing, Mars in 11th, it's the nature of Mars. It can make person somewhat opportunistic in choosing the social circle, so that person knows that, okay, somebody who is in power and authority and some big things, they can come of use later. That is how Mars works in 11th. Another point here is that it is suitable for not only giving the ambitions but also for fulfilling them, because what is Mars? Actions. Mars means dedication, willpower, and performing the actions in real life, not just living in total fantasy and having big dreams. So Mars also helps not only to give ambition but also to fulfill them. That is good aspect of Mars in 11th. Then 11th house is the house of elder siblings. So Mars in 11th, if it is making good yogas, it can show elder siblings and good relationship with the elder siblings as well, particularly brothers. Then next point here is that 11th house is the house of source of income. So it shows what are the possible areas which are good for a person to work in and attain money. So Mars in 11th house can show that, okay, anything which you will achieve will come through rigorous labor and hard work, but it's not going to come easy, but ultimately it comes. If it is well placed, it will give you a stable good source of income in life. And there are certain areas for which it is considered quite good for working in, like all kinds of STEM areas, so science, technology, engineering and mathematics fields, management and administration. We can see people who are into defense or police or security industry, or law. And it is also good for BFSI, banking, financial service, insurance, tax, accounts, all those fields. Then Mars in 11th house is also good for industrial jobs, people who work in heavy industries in any capacity. And it is also supportive for being in sports and fitness, hospitality, food and agriculture. And if Mars is making good yogas for business, it can show self-employment and entrepreneurship also. So these are quite good aspects of Mars in 11th, and it is considered highly supportive for material prosperity. Although it gives expenditure, although it shows that anything which you will earn, it will be through labor and hard work, but ultimately it gives prosperity in life in the long run. That is how Mars is in the 11th if it is well placed. Now we'll talk about if Mars is bad and weak. By bad and weak, I mean that let's suppose Mars is in enemy signs or debilitated, and the Neech Bhanga is not happening, cancellation is not happening, then the sign in which it is sitting, the lord of that sign is badly placed in the chart. Mars is making relation with 6th, 8th or 12th lords, Saturn, Rahu, Ketu. It is getting retrograde while being in bad signs. In Navamsha chart, it is not well placed. It is in Mrityu Bhag, or the Lagna lord, sun and moon, as I mentioned, they are not well placed and not giving support to the Mars. Then any of those situations, if they are there, the more of these situations will be there, the lesser the strength will be there in Mars. So the more Mars becomes afflicted, the more it becomes weak, the more it makes bad yogas in the chart, the more negative, harsh results of Mars can be seen. All the things which I am going to say now, you have to take them as a source of information. Don't jump to conclusions. See the chart in totality, see other planets, then arrive at a proper result. So first of all, if Mars is weak, afflicted and making bad yogas, Lagna, Lord, Sun and Moon are not well placed and not giving support, then what it can show? 11th house, it can show troubles in career, financial instability, career instability. So it can show now the polar opposite results will be seen. If Mars in 11th house is bad, then what will happen? Person will not have willpower, will not have good decision making, will leave things in between, has a nature to blame others and find excuses, can initiate certain tasks and things but leave in between and don't complete them. The dedication, the relentlessness, it's not there. The motivation to pursue things, it's not there. The toughness, the fighting spirit, the competitive spirit, that's not there. And another point here is that it can show ambitions can still be there, but I'm not working for them, because Mars is actions, Mars is energy. So it means that still that desires are there, but the work, the labor, the passion which is required, that is not there. So that becomes a challenge. Another point, it creates, as I mentioned, a lot of struggles, challenges, delays, obstacles in career, in establishing a career or a source of employment, and finances as well. So it is considered malefic for what? For savings. So it creates a lot of expenditure. It can show loans, debts, wasteful, sudden expenditure, savings are depleted, or losses of some kind are happening. Loss of assets can be seen, properties, lands, or any other things or kind. So the thing here is that Mars is malefic for finances and career now. Then another point here is that it can make person, what you can say, quite lethargic, where you lose hope, you lose the will to work or to pursue the things, particularly when the things get tough, because toughness will be there. Mars in 11th house, no matter how good it is placed, it will, Mars and Saturn both, they are going to make you work. They are going to ask you to work in order to attain certain things. If you are not going to do them, they don't give anything to anybody, no matter how good they are placed. That is how Mars and Saturn work. But if they are not getting support and they are getting weak, then what will happen? The quality of working, the trait, the internal will, that's also going to be quite poor, and person either procrastinates or blames or leaves the things and don't complete them, and just moan and groan for their failures in life. That is a negative aspect of Mars. And apart from that, it can show Mars in 11th can make, particularly if Rahu is also impacting it negatively, then it can show selfishness, mean approach, cunningness, bad, hurtful speech, because Mars looks at second house. From 11th house, it looks at second house of speech. So bad, hurtful, harsh speech, troubles to family or troubles with the family, troubles in education, because it looks at fifth house. Fifth house is the house of education. So troubles in education, challenges in education or learning, troubles in relationship, getting relationships or sustaining relationships, then challenges in learning, challenges with or troubles to the children or troubles in having children, that can be seen. Then it can show struggles, constant struggles. Even it's like even though some one problem was resolved, another is there already, and all kind of challenges it can throw in form of enemies, diseases, injuries, loans, debts, financial issues, any other kind of struggles in life, huh? So or unable to succeed in life, in particularly with respect to competitive environment. And 11th house, as I mentioned, shows social circle, so it can create bitterness, resentment, jealousy, and easily influenced by other people, excessive need for social validation, where you lose your identity, you don't have a sense of own identity and belief in your own self. Particularly if sun is bad, then this will be more. And yeah, these are the negative results of Mars in 11th house. So you can see that you don't have to just think that okay, Mars is always bad. No, Mars, I have told to you both the aspects, good and bad both, but you have to see the other aspects, other planets, how they are influencing Mars, or how they are making the yogas in the chart, and then you have to come to some genuine result. What I have explained so far, just think it as a source of information, that okay, one planet in one house, what kind of results, good and bad, it can bring. That's all. So I hope you understood that Mars in 11th house, what kind of results we can see, both good and bad, and the rest you have to look at other planets to arrive at a proper conclusion. That is all for today. So if you are new to my channel, subscribe below. For more, check on my website, Facebook page, Instagram. Their links are shown in description. Otherwise, we will meet in the next video. Till then, goodbye and thank you.